Welcome to Boys Abyss, alright? The series that answers the never-ending question of, I wonder why God left us, alright? Was it because of our fault? No, it's because of Boys Abyss and Boys Abyss only, alright? So, I'm gonna be honest here. I haven't read this in quite a bit, alright? It has been 7 months, post, Manga decks, they got DDoSed by all those people, alright? My manga consumption basically dropped down to 0. I didn't bother reading manga, and I didn't bother reading this, alright? So, now I've just decided to reread it again, alright? I do remember a couple things here and there. I remember this being the absolute biggest mindfuck in the entirety of the world, alright? And that, I think one of the characters is the father of the main character. And that is about it, alright? I really have nothing else to say. I hope that you enjoy this video of me basically semi-losing my mind, alright? The other videos will probably be me just actually losing my mind, alright? Apart from that, I really have nothing else to say. I hope that you enjoy me losing my mind for a little bit, and, yeah. And let's just jump right into it. The series starts off with our main character, right? His name is Reiji. He is a very sad boy, okay? So much so that he is watching an idol group, right? I know, whatever, okay? So, the name is Acrylic, alright? And he is simping really hard for the main girl, okay? Like, dog, listen, I get it, okay? Everyone's entitled to their own thing, but, like, bro, like, really? Idol groups? Like, I know we'll accept you, alright? We'll put you in the same corner as the Hololive group, alright? Whatever, but bro, probably pick something else, okay? That was all a joke, right? So, we cut to basically, he's watching his thing, but we later cut to him meeting his teacher, aka best girl in the entirety of this series, okay? Yes, okay, she might be mentally insane, she might technically be a pedophile, and I am pretty sure there was a point where she was trying to buy Reiji from his mom. But that doesn't matter. She's hot, okay? And compared to the absolute garbage that is the childhood friend, alright? No matter how wholesome she is, alright? No matter how compassionate and actually understanding she is, ew. Fucking cringe. Me and the countless Manga Dex comments will still keep simping for our very mentally insane queen, okay? So they're sitting together in this room, alright? So, our best girl, alright? She looks at Reiji and, she's like, so, I noticed you have really good fucking grades, alright, my guy? Really good job, alright? Why don't you go to university, right? Reiji's like, no, I'd rather work, dog. Like, that's just how it works, right? So, she's like, why? Like, you got good grades, man. You got good grades. Why do you want to go to work, right? Reiji's like, listen, I can't leave this fucking village. No matter how hard I try, I can't leave this shit, right? So, he explains himself, right? Turns out, his family is kind of a fucking mess, right? POV, your family is Afghanistan, okay? It is just everywhere, right? We got Reiji, sad boy, depressed boy, alright? He has a brother, he is a shut-in, and actually mentally insane, alright? If you thought best girl was insane, that man it has something going on in his head, alright? His mom, yeah, she looks like, attached very well, alright? She has a good job on her, good job on hiding that, but dog, she is also, dog, everyone's wild in that place, right? And then we have the grandmother, right? She has dementia. Cute, funny dementia music, she forgot. Alright, so, there you go. That's the dysfunctional household that Reiji lives in, alright? So, the teacher, she's like, oh, that's sad. That's mildly concerning. She's like, so how about, maybe you probably should talk to your mom, just in case, just to have a chance, like maybe a small chance that, he could actually go to university, right? Reiji's like, fine. I'll do it. Hey, yo, like, might as well not, like, might as well try. But, like, if I don't come back, it's probably because of that shut-in brother. The dude probably killed me. So school is done, right? And Reiji decides to, bounce, right? He gets on the bus, he goes home and stuff, right? So, the bus stops, right? And suddenly, the childhood friend decides to walk in. Her name is Chaco, all right? Say hi to her. Okay, listen. I will still simp for my queen, the mentally deranged teacher, alright? Don't get me wrong. But I'll give Choco something, alright? She's a very wholesome individual, and honestly, and she has big dreams, alright? Genuinely, big ass dreams, alright? And honestly, I'm not here to, roast her on that. Good on her, alright? Big dreams are important, but that's about it, alright? So, like I said, her name is Choco, and turns out that she is the reason why Reiji over here is addicted to acrylic. I try to be nice to her, but then again, she's kind of the reason why he's into idols, but do whatever, okay? So, after a while, they get off the bus, all right, and they go walking home, right? So, Choco, she's excited, she's like, la, 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 whatever and stuff, right? And then she gets, really excited. She starts talking about, she just starts talking to Reiji about, reincarnation and stuff, like how, oh, she was probably, some fucking ugly-ass bitch or some shit. Maybe, probably not, because, you're strangely wholesome, but, okay, whatever, right? But then she starts, moving on more into the topic of growing up, right? Her big goal, I guess, is to basically leave the town, go into the big cities, Tokyo and stuff, get into a good university and have a good job, right? That's what she wants, and honestly, good on her, right? But here's the thing about this town, alright? It doesn't seem like anyone wants to leave this town, alright? Everyone's just a depressed piece of shit, alright? So, Choco, she's really excited, right? Because it turns out that she was actually accepted to, basically, test this, I think, university or something, but, very excited. Reiji's like, good job, I guess, right? So, Choco, she's like, so, dreams, what do you have, right? Reiji's like, I mean, I too kind of want to leave, this fucking decrepit fucking hellhole, but, I kind of have my family to take care of, alright? One of them got dementia, the other one's, basically insane, alright? And the other one is basically overworked to death, right? Choco, she's like, I mean, yeah, that's fine, okay, don't get me wrong. Having family, very important, right? But, she's like, listen, man, you should probably be a little more independent, alright? This is your life, right? You should get to do what you want with your life, right? That gets to Reiji, alright? He's like, oh my god, the actual deep fucking words, right? And everyone's kind of like, these two girls, alright, they just teleport out of nowhere, and they're like, oh, I'm guessing you guys live here, alright? Do you guys know where this Lover Abyss area is that everyone keeps talking about? So, Choco, she's like, oh, I know what you mean, alright? So, she goes off and basically, gives them the direction, she's like, I said, turn left, turn right, turn up, turn down, and fuck off, alright? So, they follow her directions and stuff, and, they go find the Lover's Abyss, right? Reiji is very confused, he's like, the fuck is this Lover's Abyss bullshit, right? So, Choco, she explains, right? It's a novel made by this one author, right? Reiji's like, I have absolutely no idea what's going on, right? So, I'm gonna have my trusty laptop here because I'm kind of bad at remembering names, right? So, the book is apparently, the setting of a book called Spring's Coffin by this one author named Kosaku Ishimori, alright? A novel, like I've said, alright? So, basically, the Lover's Abyss is kind of like this river that kind of goes through the town, alright? Or somewhere like that, alright? So the story is actually like a legend. Now, it's not actually true, or so they say, because it kind of gets important later, but, a legend, alright? So basically the synopsis of the story was that this one day during the Edo period, right, this very young, pretty girl, she's just like, la da la da la, let me just go into this bumfuck town in the middle of fucking nowhere, right? And, she is very pretty, okay? So pretty, in fact, that every single male is basically simping over her, right? I can't believe I'm still using that word, right? So, they're all doing their hardest to impress her and stuff. And one day, she finds this one guy, and they fall deeply in love with each other, right? Very wholesome things, all right? If only it actually ended like that. It doesn't, all right? So, turns out, these people, these men, they can't understand losing, alright? The concept to them is a completely foreign thing, alright? So, basically they're trying their hardest to basically not get them married, alright? And, it's the most annoying thing to them, alright? So it gets to the point, they're like, okay, because we can't marry each other, might as well commit suicide. Yes, perfectly viable answer, leaving the town, crazy idea, killing everyone? It's too much work. No, let's just commit suicide on this river, all right? So, basically, it's a stormy day, all right? And, they jump off the river and they commit suicide, okay? The bodies are found out, everyone's sad, and they just named the river now the Lover's Abyss, It's basically a reference to the two people that committed suicide because the town wouldn't let them fucking marry. Yeah, most wholesome shit of all time right here, ladies and gentlemen. So Chaka is very excited that, tourists are visiting the area and stuff, She's hoping that there's going to be a live action, version of this, which, why? Why the fuck would you want a live action shit, right? She's like, hell, we could probably rename the whole town as Suicide City, Reiji's like, that's a shit idea there you got there, Chaco, right? But, she's like, I mean, yeah, but it'd be better than this fucking hellhole's name already, right? But, they keep walking in silence, right? When suddenly, Reiji gets a text, all right, from this random mysterious individual, all right? So, basically, the dude is like, hey, I want a ciggy, bro, all right? I'm at this, restaurant and stuff, Reiji gotta tell Chaco, hey, girl, I gotta go, okay? I gotta take care of this problem, right? Chaco, very smart. I'll give her that again, right? She's like, oh, you're meeting up with that guy again, huh? The dog, come on, right? But she's like, listen, basically she gives him money. There you go. I speak English, trust me, okay? So, Reiji's like, oh, whoa there. And no, I don't want your money, bitch. I don't want your money, right? Choco, she's like, no, you're gonna get my fucking money, all right? This is a favor for you, all right? Apparently, a big thing so far that I've noticed, right, is that repaying favors very important to this, all right? So Reiji's like, fine, I guess, thanks, right? Chaka, she keeps talking more, she's like, maybe you should probably stop, keeping contacts with him, all right? This isn't good for you, man, all right, dog? Reiji's like, don't worry about it, it's fine. How am I going to do that anyways, right? I mean, she's like, thanks, Chaco, I guess, and he goes off into the convenience store to buy some ciggies for the guy, right? So, at the convenience store, he's buying ciggies, all right? It's asked, hey, you 21 or not? He's like, yeah, no, sure, yeah, no, absolutely, 100%, all right? He gets his ciggies, right? And then he, later on, he walks into, this diner thing where we meet our other character, turns out is, also Reiji's childhood-ish friend. So this guy's name, all right, his name is Jen, all right? Like I said, he is Reiji's, childhood-ish friend, all right? So, Reiji's like, here, have your fucking ciggies, please leave me alone now, all right? So Jen, he's like, bro, where's the other pack of the ciggies, man? I asked you for the ciggies, dog, right? Reiji's like, wait, you asked for another one? Jen is like, yes. Bitch, I asked for another one. Where is my second ciggies, bro, alright? So Reiji's like, oh, fuck, fine, I'll go buy your ciggies. God fucking damn it, alright? So, he leaves, right? Jen is hanging out with, two other people, right? He's hanging out with his hoe, alright? And some other dude, alright? The dude is like, hey, yo, bro, what the fuck is going on, man? Why are you doing that to this kid, right? Jen is like, don't worry, bitch. It's my childhood friend, guys. Don't worry about it, right? So Reiji, he's walking to the gas station again to buy ciggies, right? But this time it's different, all right? There's a different person at the cashier now, all right? And he kind of forgot to take off his school uniform, right? So, the woman at the cashier, she's like, listen, boy, we can't serve cigarettes to minors. Yeah, no, we can't do that. So, bitch, fucking leave, all right? So, Reiji leaves. He calls up Jen. He's like, hey, yo, so, I kind of forgot that I had my school uniform on, and, I kind of couldn't get the ciggies right. Jen is, kind of pissed, and he's like, oh my fucking god, you are so useless, okay? Jen is like, listen, next time, 3 ciggies, right? The 2 original and the extra one, right? And Reiji's like, fine, whatever, right? So, basically he walks off home, right? And, he's thinking about, Chaco and Jen and stuff, So, doing favors, very big thing, all right? What Reiji did, very big thing. It's a favor. What Chaco did to Reiji, big favor and stuff, right? So, Chaco, she did a favor to Reiji and, basically she leaves and stuff, he feels kind of bad or just I guess, annoyed at that, right? You know, she'll leave and she'll have her fun life, but, you know, Rage over here, he's gonna be stuck in this god fucking town, right? You know, and Jen is basically gonna control that hoe until, like, you know, God ends, right? You know, so, you know, he's still, you know, he gets depressed, right? And, you know, he walks home to his house, and this is where we meet his very dysfunctional household. So we get introduced to basically every other family member, right? We have Reiji's mom, overworked as hell, but you know what it is in the world, right? We have Reiji's grandmother, right? Like I said, she has dementia. Now, I'm not going to make too many jokes about her because, dementia is an honestly very serious thing. Like, luckily, I don't have to experience that, but I know there's people out there in the world that have to sadly deal with dementia, all right? May it be their grandparents or them themselves, all right? But, you know, so we're not going to make too many jokes on her, right? So Reiji's mom, you know, basically explains to Reiji, you know, he's walking in, he's like, so your grandmother basically took a piss in the bed, all right? So I'm going to go clean her up. Please go clean up the room, you know, Reiji, good boy. He cleans up the room and stuff. And suddenly the absolute fucking retard that is the shut-in knee, sorry if I said the R word, all right, but I just have to say it. You know, he's just starts screaming like an actual maniac, right? You know, he's like, where is my fried chicken? I want my food. It has been 2 or 3 days now. Like, bitch, give me my fried chicken, all right? So, you know, Reiji's mom, and he's like, God damn it, it's in, you know, he's like, I'll buy your chicken, relax, bro, alright, you know, the kid, you know, he's still screaming like a maniac, he's like, no, I want my fried chicken now, you little hoe, alright, you know, Reiji is like, okay, you have fun with that, right? You know, he tells his mom, hey, so, should I just go to, like, the grocery store and buy, like, some food and stuff, right? So, you know, Reiji's mom, she's like, yeah, no, that would be great. Please do that, all right? So, you know, Reiji, you know, he's putting on his clothes and stuff again. You know, his mom is like, listen, Reiji, thank you so much for doing this, right? You know, she's like, listen, I'd honestly die if you weren't here, you know? And here's the thing about this girl. She is not lying when she means she would die if he wasn't here, all right? She would genuinely follow up with that, right? So, you know, Reiji's like, thanks, Mom, I guess, right? You know, and he leaves the dysfunctional fucking household, right? You know, he goes off walking to the gas station and stuff. And, you know, he gets to the bridge, right? And he looks over and the river is there, right? The Lover's Abyss thing, right? You know, he's looking at the river and he's like, huh. Damn, those fuckers were weird, you know? They committed, like, lover suicide and shit in this shit, and now it's called Lover's Abyss. Yikes, dog. You know, he doesn't want to do that. He'd hate, you know, being there, right? You know, falling asleep forever, you know. That's kind of not something he wants to do, all right? So, you know, he keeps walking more and more, right? And, you know, he reaches the gas station where he notices that the cashier that, basically told him, hey, yo, bro, you ain't getting no ciggies, right? You know, she got some trash, right? You know, and she's going outside the other corner, right? And then suddenly, this other random guy decides to come in, all right? Very important later. Sadly, very important later, all right? So, you know, he's basically walking behind the convenience store where the girl is also is, right? So, you know, Reiji's like, oh, boy, something's gonna happen, right? So, you know, he runs up to, you know, basically find out what's gonna happen, right? But turns out that, like, the woman, she's basically giving the guy leftovers from, you know, the things that, you know, people didn't buy, you know. She's giving the leftovers to him, right? And Reiji's like, oh. Okay, I guess, right? And suddenly the guy, you know, he notices, he's like, oh, you know, basically winks at him and, you know, he just runs off, you know, he walks off and leaves, right? Reiji, very confused, he's like, okay, well, that just happened, right, you know? And he notices that the girl is basically smoking her cigarette. Oh, boy. So, you know, he's basically there, right? The girl's smoking the ciggy, all right? And, you know, the girl, you know, she notices that, like, oh, you're here, right? And turns out that, you know, like, you know, she's like, oh, you're the kid that tried to buy the fucking cigarettes without, you know, being of the legal age, right? And he's like, oh, you know, yeah, no, I don't know what you mean. I don't know, man, right? You know, right? You know, the woman, she's like, bullshit, okay, like, well, it was you, it is definitely you, right? Right? She's like, fine, whatever, right? So, you know, the girl, she's like, and I'm going to quote this here, all right? If you can't even take a puff, there must be plenty of other things you can't do, all right? Basically calling him a pussy, right? Because, you know, he couldn't get the ciggies, all right? You know, Reiji's like, okay, fuck you then, all right? And the girl apparently gives him like a ciggy or two, and he's about to take it, all right? And the girl, she's about to light the cigarette for him, all right? And this is some weird ass scenes and stuff, but hey, you know, whatever, dog, all right? This is Boys Abyss. Everything's mentally fucked in this shit, all right? So, she turns on the lighter, all right? And basically, in the light, he kind of realizes that, oh, she's the idol singer, the main idol singer, right? Her name is Aoi Nagi. All right, so I'll just call her Nagi because I'm gonna make my life much more easier for myself. All right, the idol that he was simping for, right? He apparently says this out loud, right? And she's like, "Oh, damn! I didn't even know people knew me from here. God damn!" And he's like, "Oh my fucking god, dog, bro, what?" Actually, her, right? But she's like, "Shh. Relax, don't, it's a secret, okay, right?" And basically she grabs a lighter, lights her like cigarette, all right? And she grabs her cigarette, basically puts it on Reggie's cigarette, and, she basically lights it up, right? Kind of like a little tiny ciggy kiss, right? And basically she's like, "Listen, inhale and shit, and suddenly there you go. The cigarette is lit, and yay, I guess. Reggie, he basically kind of falls in love in that moment. Like, dog, what the fuck, man? Like, I know, dog, okay, like, I don't know, man, that's a little weird, okay? But that's where the chapter ends off. Compared to the other chapters much later in the story that I have actually bothered to read, this is really tame, even though this is 52 minutes long. I mean, pages. What pages? Minutes, though. Fuck. Yeah, that's about it. Boys Abyss. I love it. It's great. It's still the mindfuck that I enjoy very thoroughly. I can't wait to keep reading this more and keep losing my mind. Apart from that, I hope that you enjoy this mindfuck experience. That's about it that I have to say. And I hope that you enjoy this. I still don't know how to end videos, in case you couldn't realize on my other videos. But yeah, goodbye.